welcome to Wild Heart Pilates. We are going to move through a full body flow today in 4.0. So all you need today is your mat and yourself. We won't be using any props. If you have trouble weight bearing on your wrist or you've got an old injury, just grab a pair of weights that you can hold onto as we're in our 4.0 if you need them. Otherwise, all you need is your mat and yourself, and let's get started. So we're going to come over into a 4.0. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Keeping your spine nice and neutral to start. Your eye gaze is at the top of your mat. We're going to press through your hands to really round through your t-shirt. We're going to hold this position here as we rock forward and back. Rocking forward and back. Keep pressing through your hands to round through the top of your t-shirt as much as you can. Looking down at your knees. We're here for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finding neutral spine again. This time you're going to drop your belly, arch your back, look forward. And we're going to twist from side, looking back at your feet, over to the other side, looking over at your feet. Just coming from side to side here. You should feel this one really getting into the sides of your hips. We're here for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to neutral spine. We're going to extend your left leg straight out behind you. You lift straight leg up to the ceiling, lifting it up as high as you can, keeping it straight. You're going to look up towards the ceiling, arch your back. And then we draw that knee all the way down into your chest. Bring your knee to your nose. And then we press back out, keeping that leg nice and straight. Arch your back, look up. Draw your knee all the way in, really round through your back, making a nice tight ball. We're here for another 4. Let's go for 3, making a nice big banana shape, coming into a nice tight ball. You've got another 2. And last one here. You're going to hold that leg up for 3, 2, and 1. Finding neutral spine, keep that leg straight out behind you. We're going to flex your foot, bend your knee, point your toe, extend. Flex, bend, point, extend, flex, bend, point, extend. Now we want to remember to keep your hips nice and square to the mat here. Try to keep your weight evenly distributed through both hands so we're not sinking to the right. And we want to keep that leg up in line with your bottom. We've got another 3, 2, bit of coordination here with the foot and the leg. Last one, point, extend, and hold. Take your leg over to the right on a diagonal of the mat. Keeping your leg nice and straight, you're going to rainbow your foot over to the left and then rainbow it back to the right. To the left, to the right. Keeping that leg as straight as you can. Imagine you've got a basketball behind you. You're coming over the top and then back over. We're here for another 3, 2, and 1. Keep that foot on the diagonal behind you. Look back at your foot. You're going to bring your knee all the way around to your elbow, coming into a side crunch. And then take that leg back out behind you. Coming all the way around, eye gaze follows your knee. And then back out to the diagonal. Really crunch to the side, getting into those obliques. Taking it back over. We're here for another 4. Let's go for 3, 2, and last one here. You come into the side, extend that leg straight out behind you, and then drop your foot down to the mat. We've got a calf stretch, pressing that heel down and back into the floor. Rock forward slightly. Lift your right knee up to your chest and lower down. Press back into your calf stretch, really press that heel away. Rock forward slightly, knee to chest, lower down. Let's go for one more like this. Press that heel down and away. Rock forward, knee to chest, lower down. We just stay with this. Knee to chest, lower down, up and down. If this is getting too much on your hands, you can always come down to your elbows, lift and lower. Lift and lower. We're here for another 3. Try not to let those hips pike up for another 2. And last one, coming up and down. From here, you're going to keep that leg out behind you. We're coming into push-up with alternating leg lift. So we're going to hinge forward, bringing your nose down towards the mat, lift that leg up, and then press yourself back up. Knee comes under your hip. Take the other leg out behind you. Come back up and in. Keeping your weight evenly distributed through both hands here. We want to try not to rock over to the side that our supporting leg is on. We're here for another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Press yourself back up. We're back into our 4-point kneel. Oh, sorry, we're going to come up onto your knees. Give those wrists a little break. We're going to come into a little thigh stretch series. So you're going to reach your hands behind, circle all the way round, chin to chest, round your back, sit back towards your heels as you tap the mat. Then come all the way back up, arms come back around, reach forward, hinge back, come all the way back up, and then circle those arms back over. Chin to chest, round back, tap the mat, circle your arms back around, reach them forward, think about squeezing your glutes, pressing your hips forward, circle back over, rounded spine as you sit back towards your heels and tap, bring it all the way back over, think about taking it into your thighs here as you lean back, come back up for another 3, you've got another 2. And last one like this. We're going to come all the way round back to your thigh stretch. Hinge back and hold. Holding here nice and still for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back down to your 4-point kneel. We're going to move back into our cat-cows. So pressing through your hands, you really round through the top of your t-shirt. And then you're going to drop your belly, arch your back and look forward. Pressing through those hands, making the biggest shape that you can here. Drop your belly, arch your back, pull those shoulder blades down your back as you gaze forward. Let's go for another 4. Got another 2. And 1. Find your neutral spine. This time let's take your right leg out behind you. Lift it all the way up to the ceiling. Arch your back, look forward. And then draw that knee all the way into your chest. Nose to knee as you round your back. And then extend that leg straight out behind you. Lift it up, arch your back, look forward. Knee comes all the way into a tight ball. We're here for another 4. Let's go for 3. Taking your time, don't rush the movement, making the biggest shapes that you can. For another 2. And last one here, take that leg straight out behind you, arch your back, look up and hold. Bring it down to a straight line, finding neutral spine. Flex your foot, bend your knee, point your toe, extend. Flex, bend, point, extend. Keeping those hips nice and square to the mat. Try not to lean into your left leg. Keeping your leg up in line with your bottom if you can. Again, we're really working on that coordination. We're here for another 4, 3, 2, last one. We point, extend, and hold. Take that leg over to the left side of your mat on the diagonal. You're going to rainbow it over to the right and then rainbow it back to the left. Keeping that leg as straight as you can. Imagine you've got a basketball at the end of your mat here, and we're taking the leg over and back over. We'll go for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking it over to the diagonal, look back at your foot. Draw your knee all the way around to your elbow as you crunch to the side, and then take that leg back to the diagonal. Eye gaze follows your knee as it comes around and back over. Here for another 4, 3, 2, last one. Extend that leg straight out behind you. Drop your foot down to the mat. You've got your calf stretch, pressing that heel back into the mat as much as you can. Rock forward slightly, knee to chest, lower down. Press that heel back and away, rock forward, knee to chest, lower down. Let's go for one more. Press that heel as much as you can into the mat, rock forward, knee to chest, lower down. We stay here for another 6. Remembering you can always come down to your elbows. We've got another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down. Keep that leg out behind you. You've got your push-up with alternating leg lift. We come down, that leg lifts up behind you. Bring your knee under your hip as you come up. Other side, coming down and up. Remembering to try keep that weight evenly distributed through both your hands. Elbows coming out nice and wide. Thinking nose to mat for another 5, 4, 3, 2, final one. Coming back to your knees. We're going to come all the way back up to your knees now. Circle your arms back around. Chin to chest, scoop forward, sit back towards your heels. And then this time we're going to bring your right arm up, windmill it back. Take it to your heel as you press your hips forward, bring your left arm up to the ceiling. Then take your left arm back down to the mat, circle your right arm over, round through your spine. Then we take our left arm over, right arm up to the ceiling, look up at that hand, and then windmill back over to your round spine. Right arm comes back, press those hips forward, arch your back, come back over. We're here for another 5. Go for 4. 3. 2. And final one. Coming all the way back over. Take those knees out nice and wide. Feet together. Walk your hands out as far as you can here. Sink back towards your heels, and we'll just hold here in our child's pose. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then long exhale through your mouth. We're going to tuck your toes. Hands are still reaching forward, knees are still on the mat. We're going to spring forward into a plank. So launch yourself up, pressing out to a plank. And then we take those knees back out wide, sink back to your child's pose. Coming all the way forward, shifting over to your plank, and then back to your wide knees. Bringing your chest over your hands, and then coming all the way back. We're here for another 4. Go for 3. You want a nice straight line in your body here for your plank. Last one, we're going to come forward to your plank and hold. This is our last bit of work here. We're holding nice and still, nice straight line from the crown of your head to the back of your heels. We're here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. You're going to drop your knees down, flatten your feet, drop your hips, arch your back, look up to the ceiling, holding in your cobra. And then take it all the way back. Take your knees out nice and wide. Sink back into your child's pose. And we'll just hold here for 10 seconds. Taking a few deep breaths in through your nose. And long exhale through your mouth. Starting to let that heart rate slow down. And then we're just slowly going to roll ourselves up. And you are all done. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time on the mat.